Okay, so you will end up with a drawing, which will be far more fleshed out than this one is. But the great thing about guides, of course, is that you can turn those guides off by going to Modify Guides. You can either turn them off, or you can delete all guides. And if you, looking at your page, you decide that you need to move things around a bit, you can do that. So I could go ahead and select all of these at once if I decided to, and move them upwards. I, of course, would want duplication to be off as I move things upwards. But I could do that until it looks proper, right? I'm not going to spend time making this look perfect right now because, first of all, I don't even have all the dimensions that you would have on here. But this is the beautiful thing about Paperspace. You can move things around independently, and this is why you want to make sure that your dimensions are contained in each viewport so that you can easily move things around. Do make sure that your views are on the same plane and that they're the same distance away from the object. Also, don't forget that you can add embellishments now. Okay, so if I have my front views, I could go ahead and do a line above and below in a certain way. Right now I've got the wrong mode on. So I could do some kind of, 2 lines above. And of course I would want to measure these out properly. But make sure that you add some kind of decorative element to this drawing to make it look good. What we're going to do is we are going to print now. And so in order to print, we are going to need to, not print this whole gigantic 3 foot by 2 foot item, but we're going to want to check some line weight next class. So I'm going to have you duplicate your sheet layer. So we're going to have this selected right here, and you're going to say duplicate. And since this check mark is on the duplicate, and I'm going to rename this test print. So I'm going to say edit. I'm going to say OK. And I'm also going to say OK. And so now I can tell that I'm in test print because on this drop down menu I have all views and I have test print. And so in test print I'm going to go back to page setup and I'm going to go back to a letter size that we can print in the computer lab. So I'm going to say printer setup and I'm going to go to letter size. Oh, sorry, it's right there. Say OK. And so then I need to move these items, or whatever item I would like to look at onto that page. So I'm going to move this here. I don't want to change the scale because scaling changes the line weight. I want it to be in the large scale so that if I can view the proper printing. So I just want to move it. Bam. Now in class, we'll be ready to print and check line weight. And then you will be able to go through and alter your classes if you need to, which will change everything globally in your drawing as long as you are careful about making sure that you use the proper classes as you made the object.